Hey everyone, welcome back. Is Joe.
And Shruti.
So we're getting an insight into the young stunners.
Yay.
From
Yay.
SouthAsian Saeein, and we reacted to his BTS with Karakaram.
Which was so good. It was such an artistic viewpoint of the whole thing.
The second BTS. Yeah, we loved it.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. He also messaged me, he DM'd me and he said, I've done one on young stunners also. And we'd already got requests for this before. So I was like, let's do it. Young stunners and Insight, a journey of young stunners of how they became who they are. This video is a short story of my understanding of the journey of YS on how they became the phenomena that they are today. It also revolves around a concert in which they played at Bahria town, Karachi, and interviews from Anjum and Yunus. Ooh, okay, let's do it.
Okay, yes.
Chalo. 1, 2, 3, play.
है ना एक्चुअली स्कूल से हम लोगों ने शायरों को पढ़ा है, हमें स्कूल में पढ़ाते थे.
एक म्यूज़िक इंडस्ट्री ही है जिसने पाकिस्तान में किसी न किसी तरह सर्वाइव किया है. बहुत ज़्यादा पीछे नहीं जाऊंगा, लेकिन 80s एंड 90s की बात करें तो फ्रॉम द लाइक्स ऑफ जुनून टू वाइटल साइंस टू सज्जाद अली, आवाज़, शहजाद रॉय, नजम शिराज एंड मैनी मोर. 2000s में हमारी इंडस्ट्री का गेम ही ऑन हो गया. सबसे पहले आया आँखों के सागर, विच वॉज द बिगिनिंग, फॉलोड बाय मनवारे एंड देन केम आदत, विच लिटरली चेंज्ड एवरीथिंग फॉरएवर. The likes of Noori, Atif, Fusion became household names, followed by Ali Zafar, Aro, Jal, EP and many more came. ये गोल्डन एरा थोड़े टाइम के लिए चला और म्यूज़िक चैनल्स वगैरह सब बन गए. साथ ही ओरिजिनल म्यूज़िक आना बंद हो गया और लोगों के एल्बम्स भी ख़त्म हुए. Then came Coke Studio, which was the final shining light of the industry, because उसके अलावा कुछ था ही नहीं. So देखा जाए, it's pretty safe to say कि शुरू से हमारा जो मेन स्ट्रीम म्यूज़िक है वो पॉप रॉक ही रहा है, एटलीस्ट फ्रॉम द 80s, और हिप हॉप का तो कोई कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं था. 2013 में इन दो गुलशन के जवान लड़कों का गाना आया बर्गर कराची बाय यंग स्टनर्स, जिसमें कराची के बर्गरों को डिस किया जा रहा था और उर्दू रैप के फॉर्म में एक नया म्यूजिक आया.
That's Yunus.
Which was breath of fresh air to be honest. उस वक्त एक छोटी कैपेसिटी में ये लोग काफ़ी वायरल हुए. इधर उधर कुछ छोटे मोटे चैनल्स पे भी ये लोग आए, लेकिन थोड़े टाइम में पता ये चला कि ये लोग स्प्लिट हो गए. कुछ सालों बाद इन अराउंड 2017-18 इन लोगों ने फिर एक कमबैक मारा विद द एल्बम रीबर्थ, जो कि अच्छा हिट एल्बम हुआ और उनको काफ़ी फॉलोइंग मिलना शुरू हुई. अगला इनका रिलीज हुआ असलियत, जिसमें इनका प्रॉपर म्यूजिकल पोटेंशियल नजर आया और मेन स्ट्रीम में आ गया गाना फुल टाइम. दुनिया में एंट्री हुई कोरोना वायरस की और लड़के पागल हो गए गाने पे गाना फेंक के, और क्वारंटीन के ज़माने में आया इनका गाना क्वारंटीन विद कृष्णा, द फेमस इंडियन रैपर, और इंडिया में भी उनको बहुत रिस्पेक्ट मिलना शुरू हो गई. सवाल यही था कि क्या इस मोमेंटम को ये लोग कैश कर सकते हैं, एंड फिर इन्होंने निकाला कुमार.
वो पढ़ती थी किताबें, मैं पढ़ता हूँ इंसान. इंसान भी क्या चीज़ है, एक में वफा नहीं और दूसरे को वफा की उम्मीद है. इंसान भी क्या चीज़ है, मैं कल गुजरा फिर उधर से तो याद आ गई चीज़ एक. राजी दिल तो रजामंदम क्यों नहीं टापी.
उस गाने ने हर लड़के की रूह को छुआ, और गाना था भी मोहब्बत पे, और यहाँ हर बंदा दिल फेंके आपको वैसे ही पता है, तो everyone could relate. They never ever looked back after that.
इतना भी दूर नहीं, feels like yesterday.
फिर आया अफसाने, which for me is my personal favorite young stunner song ever. It literally changed my perspective of Urdu rap forever.
इंडस्ट्री करे फॉलो ब्रांड्स गो वेयर आई गो।
तो सबसे अपीलिंग चीज़ है इनकी कि इनके लिरिक्स में रियलिटी होती है और हर बार कोई ना कोई इम्पोर्टेंट मैसेज भी होता है, सिर्फ एमी बोंगियां नहीं मार रहे होते लोग।
दिखता नहीं है फ्यूचर इज व्हाट आई से, वो साथ खाएंगे।
इस गाने में यंगस्टर्स ने ऐसी बातें की, द लिरिक्स वर जस्ट सो पावरफुल एंड यू कुड रिलेट टू एवरीथिंग दे वर सेइंग। मैंने पर्सनली इससे पहले कभी रैप को सीरियस नहीं लिया था पाकिस्तान में, और इन्होंने वाकई दिमाग घुमा दिया मेरा इस गाने से। बस उसके बाद एक से एक गाना अनबिलीवेबल था, जैसे लगा रहा आया। खुद आप बताएं किस लेवल के लिरिक्स हैं। एंड बस पाकिस्तान के ब्रांड्स बिल्कुल ही पागल हो गए उनके पीछे।
वाले कहते घर में स्टूडियो बना ले, वक्त बदलता है, यू जस्ट गॉटा डू यू, खुदा सबका है मत होना उदास।
मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा था कि पाकिस्तान में मेन स्ट्रीम रैप भी कोई चीज़ हो सकती है, और जैसे इन्होंने कहा इंडस्ट्री करे फॉलो ब्रांड्स गो वेयर आई गो, ये बात बिल्कुल सही निकली, बिकॉज एवरी बिग ब्रांड ऑफ पाकिस्तान जस्ट वेंट आफ्टर दैम। सुबह से लेके शाम तक हर बड़ा ब्रांड यंगस्टर्स बजा रहा था, फ्रॉम कोक टू पेप्सी टू इन्फिनिक्स, you just name it. जिस तरह से यंगस्टर्स ने कराची को ओन किया है, वो हर कराची वाला जानता है कि वो चीज़ कितनी ज़्यादा दिल को लगती है हमें। लेकिन इनकी पहुंच सिर्फ कराची तक नहीं थी, क्योंकि लाहौर, इस्लामाबाद और पूरा पाकिस्तान इनको सुनता है। एंड नॉट ओनली पाकिस्तान, इंडिया में भी बहुत बड़ी फॉलोइंग है यंगस्टर्स। एक चीज़ में इनकी बहुत अच्छी किस्मत चली कि गली बॉय जैसी फिल्म आई, उससे उनको वो पुश मिला जो ये डिज़र्व करते थे बहुत टाइम से। दे आर द रियल ओजीज ऑफ उर्दू हिप हॉप, क्योंकि इनके बाद अनगिनत रैप म्यूजिशियंस आए हैं और पाकिस्तान का अब मेन स्ट्रीम म्यूज़िक रैप बन चुका है। अब मेरी बातें बहुत हो गई, अब इट्स टाइम कि आप खुद भी देखें।
टू बी रियली ऑनेस्ट, मतलब लाइफ अभी ना थोड़ी बहुत हेक्टिक भी हो गई है, मगर मज़ा बहुत आ रहा है। सारी लाइफ हमने यही मतलब विश किया है कि यार हमारी ये लाइफ हो, तो मुझे तो बहुत मज़ा आ रहा है। और अभी हमारा ये शो है कराची में, तो आई थिंक ये हमारा काफ़ी टाइम बाद पहला शो है। कराची शो से बहुत देर बाद लाया हूँ ना, मतलब हम ये कोई वन नाइट थिंग नहीं है कि मतलब हमारा एक गाना हिट हो गया और हम अभी यहाँ खड़े हुए और हम इस तरह से हमारे शोज हो रहे हैं। वी बीन प्लेइंग इन लाहौर क्वाइट अ लॉट। चलो यार उसको बंद किया, टाइम हो गया कराची में। वो ये नीचे देख के लगा, नीचे देख के भाई वाह मैन होल माइंड द गैप बैग। अब ऐसा लग रहा होगा
Name shots.
ऑब्वियसली कराची आपको पता है वाइल्डेस्ट ऑफ द सिटीज एक है वो, तो उसकी एक अलग वाइब है लोगों की, और मेरा होम टाउन है ना, मतलब हमारे अपनी टच बेस वाली बात है। अगर मैं इस प्लेयर का होता तो शायद पता नहीं मैं किसी और टाइप का म्यूजिक करता, बिकॉज़ माय म्यूजिक लिटरली रिप्रेजेंट्स यू गाइस। राइटिंग प्रोसेस हमारा ज़्यादातर इस तरह से होता है कि वो अपना पार्ट खुद कर रहा होता है, मैं अपना पार्ट खुद लिख रहा होता हूँ, तो हमारे जो वर्सेस होते हैं ज़्यादातर वो हमने खुद ही लिखे होते हैं, और वो सारे जो है हमने कभी कभी ऐसा होता है, कभी कोई एक पहले लिख लेता है, कोई एक बाद में लिखता है, कभी कभी हम साथ भी बैठे होते हैं, तो वो मेरा राइटिंग प्रोसेस बड़ा मतलब स्पॉन्टेनियस सा है, कहीं भी लिख लेता हूँ जो भी मतलब अच्छा लग रहा हो। स्टोरी टेलिंग मैंने की है पिछली कुछ एल्बम्स में, अभी मैं एक एल्बम बना रहा हूँ, उसके अंदर भी मैं कुछ वापस से वो चीज़ ट्राई कर रहा हूँ। वो एक बड़ा डिफ़िकल्ट प्रोसेस होता है, बिकॉज यू हैव टू स्टिक टू अ स्टोरी, एंड ऑब्वियसली
इंटैक्ट रखना पड़ता है फैंस के साथ, तो वो मुझे सबसे अच्छा लगता है, लाइक स्टोरी राइटिंग, गाने लिखना।
कोई जिस तरह मैं अक्सर होता हूँ, मैं सबसे लेट लिखता हूँ मोस्टली, तो मैं ज़्यादातर वेट कर रहा हूँ कि यार ज़रा स्ट्रक्चर आ जाए, फिर मैं उसके बाद शुरू करूँ।
वेरी मच इंस्पायर्ड बाय जॉन एलिया इन हिज पोएट्री, आई रीड अ लॉट अबाउट हिम। कुमार में मैंने वो किया था जी आपको लिखी मेरा नाम, तो वो आई थिंक आ जाता है जब मैं सुनना शुरू करता हूँ ना, लोग ऑब्वियसली इंस्पायर होता है बंदा तो।
एंड हाउ डज इट फील कि आपके अपने लिखे हुए गाने जब सब मिल के गा रहे होते हैं, या उसकी फीलिंग बताओ जनरली?
Generally it's like a dream coming true. वो वाली बात होती है कि मतलब आपने एक शायरी की है और उस वक्त जब आप वो कर रहे होते हो तब आपको होता है कि यार शायद अच्छी नहीं है, मैं कोई और लाइन लिख लेता हूँ या कुछ और कर लेता हूँ, और फिर जब वो रिकॉर्ड हो गया फिर ये जो एक्सपीरियंस होता है क्राउड वाला,
मेरे से ना उठा नहीं, नींद से लड़ाई नहीं सकती, इसका ये पता नहीं क्यों नहीं सोचा। पता नहीं है, मुझे नहीं पता दोस्त। उस दिन मैं बीच वाले शूट पे गया तो इसने मुझे 2-3 बार बोला चले चले, मैंने कहा ब्रो ऑफ, कोई सीन नहीं है, मेरा क्या काम है वो। यार ये काम तो मेरा नहीं है, मैंने कहा नहीं तेरा है।
आपका खुद का पसंदीदा गाना वैसे कौन सा है?
खुद का पसंदीदा मेरा जो अभी हम परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं उनमें से मेरा सारे हमें गाने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती, हम ऐसे करते थे जाके मैं, और वो हम उस वक्त गाते हुए अच्छे भी नहीं लग रहे होते क्योंकि वो आवाम की एनर्जी इतनी होती है कि हम कहते हैं कि यार इनको गाने दो। तो वो एक फीलिंग है। वही तलहा के साथ अब जिस तरह हमारी एक शुरू से जो है ना हमारी बैक इन स्कूल हमारी एक केमिस्ट्री थी ऑन स्टेज, तो वो हम जब आते हैं ना, मतलब बहुत बार होता है मैं तो साउंड चेक में भी नहीं जा रहा हूँ, तो मतलब वो मुझे इतना होता है कि यार अगर तलहा जा रहा होता है ना तो मेरा ये होता है कि यार चलो तलहा जा रहा है, मैं सो रहा हूँ होटल में और मैं डायरेक्ट परफॉर्मेंस पे जाता हूँ।
लाहौर का एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा इन जनरल?
पर्सनली ऐसा लगता था कि कराची इज़ टॉप नॉच है, सबसे ऊपर हुआ है, उसके बाद कहीं लाहौर है, बट लाहौर का फीडबैक हमेशा इस तरह का रहा है कि हमेशा बंदा अमेज़ हो जाता है यार कि मतलब ये भी इतना फील करते हैं हमारे म्यूज़िक को।
Indian influence, your influence in India as youngsters, your personal influence in India, how does it feel?
यार इंडिया से मुझे इतने मैसेजेस आते हैं, जैसे मैंने अपना स्पॉटिफाई भी चेक करूँ ना जाके स्टैट्स में, तो मेरी जो टॉप सबसे ज़्यादा सुना जाता हूँ मैं यहाँ पे, वो दिल्ली है। इट्स नॉट कराची, इट्स नॉट लाहौर, पाकिस्तान का कोई भी शहर नहीं है, सबसे टॉप पे दिल्ली है, दिल्ली के बाद कराची है, देन मुंबई, देयर पुणे है, देयर काफ़ी सारे नाम मुझे याद भी नहीं।
केमिस्ट्री है हमारी कि जो है हम उस तरह से जो है ना, मतलब इसको हमारा जैम भी नहीं हुआ होता, मतलब और ये जहाँ उधर बार मिस कर रहा होता है मैं इसके जो है ना उससे समझ जाता हूँ, इसके फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन समझ जाता हूँ कि ये अगला बार ये भी नहीं मिस करेगा, और वहाँ से जो है उसका एड लिब मैं दे देता हूँ। तो वो एक बड़ी नेचुरल सी एक केमिस्ट्री है हमारी, तो वो मुझे लगता है कि वो कभी जा नहीं सकती और ना वो कभी जो है ना फोर्सफुली आ सकती है। वो
आई हैव लॉन्ग लिस्ट, मैं एक बता नहीं सकता। जो मेरा ज़ाती फेवरेट है दैट्स गुमान, वो काफ़ी दिल के करीब
सारी आवाम आप देखो तो हम आधा हमें कुमार ने हमें गाने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती,
तो काफ़ी अच्छा फील होता है, स्पेशली व्हेन इट्स कराची, और मेरा होम टाउन है ना, मतलब हमारे अपनी वो टच बेस वाली बात है।
तो अभी भी इस बात में कोई शक रह गया है कि मेहनत की अज़मत नहीं होती, तो फिर आपका अल्लाह ही हाफ़िज़ है। Starting from nothing to be where they are today, it is absolutely commendable and a lesson for all कि हसल से ज़्यादा कुछ भी ज़रूरी नहीं है, and one has to follow his passion, तो सक्सेस फिर खुद ही आती है। इनकी फॉलोइंग इस कॉन्सर्ट में खुद देख के मैं हैरान हो गया हूँ। They are the chosen ones.
I don't know if they're the chosen ones or the self-elected ones.
I was thinking exactly that. I was like, you know,
they made it
especially
happen
because
for
they've
themselves.
done everything
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Sab khud kiya hai. Wow.
So you heard Guman, no?
Yes. Of
Huh.
course.
Because there was no people, like, it was my first Young Sanas reaction. Can I just saw that the moment has come? I had never heard them before. And I reacted to that alone. Maddie wasn't with me. And like, I didn't know who they were. And I was just honestly just reacting and talking off of what they were saying in the song. So that is one of the reactions that I will never watch in my life because I know I will cringe. All cringe will happen because it was just like I didn't know them. So and I got a lot of requests saying please react to that song again with Shruti and all of that. But she's heard it, and I kind of knew you'd heard it. So
yeah, I have.
So there's
it's
no
impossible
point.
not to have, especially the songs that you've already covered where I wasn't there. So and if I like them, then I know you would do it.
But when Shrut got on the channel, there were like a few songs that I'd sent her because she was like, let me see how you like what is the concept and you know what you do. So she's done her homework. So I was like, she's seen it, she's heard it.
I watched a lot of the previous videos saying,
I know,
this is fun. I remember.
So I mean
that feels like forever away.
I know it does, but that like kya kitna time ho gaya hai now. Obviously very familiar with who they are, hence this reaction. But it's just funny. And I was thinking because they have a very, very popular song like Guman, and every time I see, even on social media, on stories and stuff, when they post little snippets of concerts that they just did, everyone goes nuts on Guman because everyone is singing along every line of it.
Maybe we should react to it again. Like if you feel like
together,
because today you know
we'll discuss it differently.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that. Abhi 75K hua na, we'll do it as a 75K special. Little late.
Yay.
Maybe you'll see it this week. Soonly. So so I was saying that what I feel is a little different from the audiences I see over there compared to probably live gigs ke audiences that I've seen in stories of rappers over here in India, is that there are a lot more girls in the audiences over there. And I can see why, because the lines are more poetic and, you know, there are so many like emotional songs that they're writing.
Correct.
And I'm not saying that's not happening on this side as well, but it hasn't caught on, at least that's what I'm seeing. It hasn't caught on that much because I'm not seeing that many girls in the audiences at live gigs over here. And I'm sure Young Sanas ka agar live gig hua in like a place like Dubai, there'll be equal number of Indians and Pakistanis in the audience for sure. And I'm pretty sure there'll be a even-ish ratio of guys to girls as well in the audience, because I think what they write appeals to everyone so easily.
I absolutely agree.
And I like what he said. अब सब दिल फेंक है तो ये गाना तो हर एक गाय के हार्ट को छू गया.
तो होगा ही. No wonder दिल्ली में ज़्यादा चलता है. Also, you know, Karachi, Delhi, like that, like it's all about the heart, right? Like, it's all about emotions.
When guys write about breakup and emotion, it's nice. Guys can, the thing is, guys don't express themselves, no? So when someone else they hear expressing their feelings, they get very
immediately
good, very good. Or likho aisa.
But I hope more live shows happen. You know, now that things have opened up, I look forward to more, because when you were talking about that, how India mein jo live shows hote hain, there's not many girls. I actually haven't seen any footage of a live show. I mean, I'm sure you've seen more than me, but you know what I was like, actually live shows kahan hote hain?
I've seen in stories.
Like
of some
I've not landed up. Correct. So I hope that now that things have opened up and more live shows take over, more and more we get to
full on they'll be happening. And I'm not saying there are a lot of
I hope they come to Bombay
as well. Listen,
I hope, like, tunnels come to Bombay.
I don't think that. So first of all, shout out to Fifi Harun. She dropped me a comment on Instagram. She had met the Youngsters at the Coke Studio event, and over dinner, apparently they discussed our reactions. So they apparently watch. I didn't know this. So they watch, which was like, yay! I have confirmation that they watch. And she said that that like we do a lot of reactions to their songs, and they said that yes, it was surprising for them also, because there was a time when they were releasing every second day a song, and we would get to those songs quickly. So even they were surprised that they have such an audience like across the border. But honestly, the full like credit for that goes to you guys, because you're requesting it that much, and I honestly just go by highest requests and stuff on the channel. So it's literally the Youngsters fans who make that happen, and in such quick succession. So that being said, yay, they watch, yay, which is nice, good fun. But having said that, of course there are fans all over, and I feel like they now that concerts have started and live shows have started across the world, I feel they need to definitely do one in Dubai, and it'll be insane. I would end up like I would fly in for that show for sure, because I don't know when I would ever get to see them again, and I don't know like if they perform in Dubai or London, like it's possible, but otherwise we don't know, and that's just what circumstances are. But now coming to one of the things they were talking about, writing styles. Unke jo, first of all, one second. Can we just say that Yunus should never shave? It's just
yes.
Actually, all guys, please don't clean shave. It's just don't. Just keep a stubble. It's just more attractive. Everyone. Yes. So that's one. When I saw that burger, we haven't reacted to that, even though it's a request.
No.
I was like, what? What? That's Yunus.
They were like, they walked into high school and said, "Gana release karte hain." Like
they likely were still in school.
Yeah.
They're still so young. But
we must get to that.
I think we should get to that, because I think that was their first hit, so to speak. So वो भी एक और है list में, don't worry about.
But they're both a little camera shy. Did you notice? Like ज़्यादा बात नहीं कर रहे थे, कर भी रहे थे, थोड़ा to the point answer देके, they were kind of like shying away from the camera. Now I don't know, like maybe smaller bites were there and which have just been put together. But yeah, I would love to watch like a full on, like behind the scenes, them talking, properly getting into the whole thing of it. But this is very nice though. It was very
I want to have a conversation with them at some point.
Yes, but yes,
we don't know
if
when
you're watching, please
no, but what Fifi also commented, which reminds me from what you said, she said that, by the way, Talha Yunus is the quiet one, the tall quiet one is were her exact words, and Anjum is the talkative one, which I was like, it seems like the opposite. It really like, you frozen, by the way.
I know, I was letting you finish your thing before I would talk.
No, we'll pause here. She's frozen. What is happening?
Wait. Yes, I don't know. I will have to figure.
Okay, we are back. So after a long break. That's fine. So what was I say? Yeah, I would have thought it's the other way around. Like Anjum is the quieter one and Yunus is the talkative one, but apparently,
it's not so. That's amazing though, right? See, these are the little things. These are the little tidbits when you get to understand, when you watch them and get behind the scenes, kya ho raha hai, kya chal raha hai. I love it.
Like the BTSs. Another thing that I remember is, how he talked about कि हम इतने शायरों को पढ़ते थे school में, and especially Anjum, he's very inspired by John Elia and he reads a lot of his stuff, and I remembered while he was saying all of that, especially in Why, I think the song we recently reacted to, we loved the song, and that second half mein, he had taken a whole like couplet of John Elia's thing, Kalam. And a lot of people not just left comments on the reaction, but also DM'd me offline, by the way. They DM'd me saying, no offense, but Anjum is copying. How can you use some other poet's lines in your songs and all of that? I'm like, it would be a different thing if he didn't mention that he had used those lines, and he didn't mention John Elia's name, number one. Number two, what do you think ghazal singers did? They took kalams and they turned them into music compositions, right? So now rap is another form of music like ghazals. They're gonna, if they take some lines from a poet whose lines fit there so beautifully and do a tribute to that poet that they love and admire and take inspiration from, what's wrong with that? Ghazal singers have been doing it for ages. Other music composers have been doing it for ages. When you have a written kalam there and you want to adapt it to music, you can do it in any music form, right? So I didn't understand the hue and cry about this. People, like, literally there were so many comments and DMs I got, and I was like, why? Logic क्या है? अगर उसने छुपाया होता कि ये lines यहाँ से आई हैं, then that would be a valid reason to have an objection.
Correct.
I don't understand this. Logic is missing. Anyway, I just thought
कुछ भी अलग होता है, तो then suddenly, you know, one goes into a tizzy. Then once you see the logic behind it, then you say, okay, overreaction tha, I'm okay now. Maybe that's what it is sometimes, you know, like when a change happens, everyone just reacts only to realize कि 1 minute, it's been happening.
हाँ, मतलब वो है, normal चीज है, और वो inspiration होती है, और यही hue and cry इस side भी चल रहा है इतना scene में. Let's not get into it, but I'm just happy that Rohan, I loved it. I was like, you saved the day when Rohan released his whole like controversy wala video about copycats and all. Anyway, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. Coming back to this, any other thoughts on this BTS?
I'm just really happy. I would have loved a longer version of it, and a more detailed and a more like, you know, getting more info out of them, getting into there. This was like almost like just, you know, from stage ka back end to back end, but getting into their lives, how their process happens, or when they're recording, what it feels like. You know, that would have been lovely. Like here, it
chemistry on stage.
Like, everything. Just like it's what he spoke about, that how he kind of just looks at his face and knows where the other one might miss, and kind of gives that ad lib to like, that's amazing. That's
that kind of chemistry you can't work on. You either have it or you don't.
What he said was perfect. Exactly. He said now us chemistry ko aap paida kar sakte ho forcefully, aur agar hai to aap nikal nahi sakte. It is just, it's there, so it's there. That was wonderful. That was like, that's the kind of stuff, you know, I want to see, like,
want to hear and know about. I think you and I also have it. When I am not able to speak, she knows and she takes over. I love it. You can't create it. It's just there. But I also loved like SouthAsian Saeein, well done one, because I liked how he started the narrative with the whole history of the pop music scene in the country and where it all came from. I was like, yes, we know these bad, like, because, you know, 2003, 2004, 2005 is when kind of the whole radio thing started in my end. So all that whole evolution, have kind of been through it and heard it and lived it.
Didn't it feel amazing to know practically every song they were talking about and which was coming? Like, you know, when it felt so good. It was such a like a self-shabashi that was going on in my head. I was like, wow, I actually know these. That's amazing.
This is a long way. The video should pause and, you know, we should get those Thug Life sunglasses.
Yes.
Do editing in my head.
Yeah.
Yes, fully. So I didn't even know what I learned through the thing is that rap and this thing has become mainstream now, like 2019 say, you know.
It's very recent,
and it's a pandemic thing. So, you know, there are quite a few things that even in India, I feel like a lot of changes happened in the music stream, independent music scene, thanks to the pandemic. And I'm forever grateful for that kind of evolution that's happening, because even on this side, films stopped releasing, right? Bollywood stopped releasing movies, and so much focus was on that music before the pandemic, and now it's shifting, and it's shifting so beautifully that what we've been screaming ourselves hoarse about for like years and picking years and years is now happening. Like all the labels are paying attention to independent musicians. There are indie music awards. I don't like awards firstly, but they are happening. So in the sense of them giving attention to the artists who deserve it, okay, they're a good thing. And rap becoming mainstream in Pakistan through the pandemic, and these boys took full advantage, well played. Just dropping song after song after song.
That's
how it's done, son. Well done. I like it. So a lot of learnings from this BTS. Really nice. Wish it was longer. But koi nahi, next time. And keep them coming. And I think we'll get to Guman as your 75K special, which was very unplanned. We just now. So you'll see that soon. Drop me other recommendations in my DMs. Miss Mola's also on Instagram. Do support this channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Live long and prosper.